This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. I lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome to the Special Chronicles podcast. My name is Daniel Smrokowski. I'm the founder of Special Chronicles and a Southern Travel Global Messenger alum with Special Olympics and a Service Ambassador at United Airlines. And this our website, specialchronicles.com. You can follow us on social media and find the show notes and all that. Specialchronicles.com. This week on the Special Chronicles podcast, Unified at Work series, season 5, part 6. We're on the job with a solo episode this week. Yes, it is just me, Daniel, in the studio this week as we recap the 2024 SOSA Summit. That is last week. It was a day of networking and professional development of United Airlines 18 service ambassadors. Actually, there was 2 that couldn't actually come, so I believe there was, I'm not good at math, but 15. If you're listening, send just specialchronicles.com/contact. Send me a message and let me know if I did my math right, but I think there was only 15 of us there, but there's a total of 18 service ambassadors. So please put your virtual hands down as we kick off this week's episode as we recap the 2024 SOSA Summit. And we're gonna begin, and I'm gonna kind of use some of I didn't take a lot of notes, but I took some notes. I'm gonna use some of my notes here, and then I'm gonna reference a story that went a internal employee story that went out. So I'm gonna kind of use some of that as kind of a guide to recap this. But first, this is a chance that all of us service ambassadors, whether so like I'm based at OLD in Chicago Airport, but then also our service ambassadors in Denver, Houston, Washington, Dallas, they all flew in to the airport in Chicago. Similar to like if you're watching the video, you see that I'm in United's Polaris Club. Kind of recording from there today. If you're listening to the audio podcast, you're wondering, is he actually recording? Well, go check out the video on YouTube and you will see if I'm actually in United's Polaris Club. I will let that's a little sneak peek for the viewers. But I wanted to let you know that this past week, 18 minus 2 that couldn't come, which let's just say in the future, if any of my managers are listening, I would like to give a recommendation that we know at least 3 weeks in advance, just so that way everybody can save the date on their calendars. So instead of giving a week's notice, but that is just besides the point. I just wanted to kind of share my opinion there. This week, our 18 Special Olympics Service Ambassadors, SOSAs, from Denver, Washington, Dallas, Houston, and Chicago, gathered for the annual SOSA Summit at OLD. This was the first time in the past 2 years, it's been 2 years, since our group of service ambassadors were able to get together, and it was the first time that the Washington Dallas, the IAD service ambassadors, were able to join since they were onboarded in, I believe it was beginning of 2023. I believe it was beginning of last year that they were onboarded. If anyone's listening, you You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was correct. So we're going to go ahead and take a short break and to let you know how you can support this podcast. When we come back, we'll hear a little bit more about a senior vice president guest and a fireside chat that took place at the SOSA Summit. But we just want to take a brief break to let you know that support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. Please join our supporters with a monthly or one-time donations. We can operate our studio and continue our mission of giving respect and voice to people with disabilities through the media. Visit specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give to donate today. You can also visit specialchronicles.com/plus, specialchronicles.com/plus to access our Special Chronicles Plus behind-the-scenes podcast, which features bonus content, and you can help support the show. Our website team is currently helping us with that Plus podcast. So we don't totally have that up yet, but we're currently working on that. So once again, specialchronicles.com/give to support this podcast. And with that, back to this 2024 SOSA Summit. David Kinsman is the Airport Operations Senior Vice President, and in this fireside chat, he told us that this, meaning our Service Ambassador program, is one of his favorite programs here at United Airlines. And he kicked off the summit by welcoming all of us Service Ambassadors. And first off, just a little note. I have no idea why some people started referring to us as SOSAs, Special Olympic Service Ambassadors, when our job title was just Service Ambassador. But that is just a little thing that I always wondered why. But anyways, David Kingsman, again, he's the Airport Operations Senior Vice President, said that, quote, "You're a critical role for the success of us at United. You are all ambassadors literally by name. Being engaging, welcoming, proactive, and authentic are important. And I've never seen our ambassadors not smiling, which is great. I just want to thank you for being part of this program." And so once David had spoke to us, our group of service ambassadors were then able to, we had many questions for him covering a range of topics, from how we can help make the bag drop shortcut even better, what's the plan for our new United Next aircraft, how to speak with customers about the exciting changes, and why our bus assisting them in the lobby. And so not only for myself, but I think all of us ambassadors were ready with this Airport Operations Senior Vice President. We were already engaged with him, and throughout the SOSA Summit, we were already engaged with interacting and just coming with questions, and so that was really fun to see. And of course, the day couldn't truly begin without a safety briefing, because that's something at United. Safety is the number one core value, and so we had a safety briefing. And when asked who knew CPR, nearly every athlete in the room raised their hand, ready to help. I did not raise my hand, but maybe I should learn CPR. So, anyways, so that was kind of fun to see. The group, our service ambassadors, we also heard from Denver Hub VP, Jonna McGrath, who, Jonna, for those of you, she's been a guest on this podcast, and before, she was one of the leaders who started our Service Ambassador program 5 years ago. So Jonna, along with Peter DeVecchio, Special Olympics Illinois President and CEO, both of them had a fireside chat. So they both spoke, and then we were able to, again, kind of offer and ask them questions. Jonna had said, "I'm so excited to have you all here. Today is an amazing opportunity to learn new things from each other, take on new challenges, and continue to grow." Something else that Jonna said that I made a note of is Joanna said that to never underestimate anyone, that true inclusion, Joanna said that true inclusion means to never underestimate anyone. And I think that way that also speaks to the health of what us SOSA ambassadors bring to United Airlines. Also, SOSA ambassadors, again, were able to have an open flow for questions, and we chatted over everything from when there will be a chance to do more job shadowing to what sports everyone played. Some popular ones were basketball and skiing. So yeah, so we waited actually when's another job shadowing opportunity? That was a question that I actually also asked. Denver SOSA Ambassador Cody Field had said that he's so excited to be able to learn a lot of new things, some that he never thought he could do before. That's something that 5 years ago, before having this job as a Service Ambassador at United Airlines, that I never thought that I didn't know anything about aviation. I didn't know that somebody like me could have a job like this. And so United and Special, Cody said United and Special Olympics got together is all about inclusion, and inclusion is, in his mind, is the revolution. Speaking of the inclusion revolution. Also, Denver Service Ambassador Hannah Atkinson. Hannah has also been a previous guest on this podcast. By the way, I'm going to put a link in the show notes to a playlist where you can hear conversations with all of the service ambassadors. We're currently trying to find a time of when we could have the Washington Dallas team on, but currently Chicago, Houston, and Denver. Those episodes we have a playlist on our website, so that link will be in the show notes. And again, anyways, our good friend and listener of the pod, Denver Service Ambassador Hannah said, quote, "I'm trying to lean into my fullest potential." Hannah said that she was thrilled to be in Chicago, taking in everything from the summit. Hannah said, quote, "I don't know what that is yet, and I'm still trying to figure that out one step at a time," end quote. Also, all of us service ambassadors, all of us athletes, also talked about some of the challenges that our service ambassadors face each day. Again, I'm not going to publicly on this podcast, I'm not going to talk about those challenges, but I just wanted to kind of let you know that in addition to networking and professional development, we're able to share, including those people from headquarters that were there that were able to actually this was a chance for us to voice the any challenges that we had, not being believed that we are United employees when we are interacting with customers, but the good outweighs the bad, and some of our highlights of being on the job are working with each other, getting to know the customers and our colleagues, being inclusive of everyone, and bringing humor to each day, complete with Star Wars references when possible. Also, want to kind of show you some quotes of what some other service ambassadors, some of what our colleagues and what our supervisors have said. Houston Airport Operations Supervisor Motitis, I think that's how you say her name. She said, from the first time our teams met, they clicked immediately. They all have this positive energy that they bring to United. Having everyone together in the same room and having the opportunity to actually interact in person and then discuss their challenges, their desires, what they want to learn about, and how they want to grow as professionals. This is a great opportunity for us. That was just so awesome to kind of hear that he is one of the Airport Operations Supervisors in Houston that really comment on that. And then Denver Customer Service Representative Helene Camino Smith said that it really makes a difference having everyone together who Helene helped to host the last summit in Denver. And Helene also said, today our SOSAs can connect and become friends. They chat and talk experiences, best practices, all that. It's big for them. And then for Helene, it's a representation of the program is getting bigger and expanding from what it was. And again, I want to make a note of something else that Helene said is that live true inclusion at work. That this SOSA Ambassador program really is how you live true inclusion at work. So also just that was another quote I just wanted to kind of comment on. Before we get into the next part of the SOSA Summit, we're going to take a brief break to let you know that support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program, the country's first energy and solar efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd. And with that, the next part after the Fireside Chat, all the SOSA ambassadors did an icebreaker to get to know each other. And then that moved into a self-assessment workshop led by Special Olympics Illinois. Karen Milligan and Matt Johnson, they both have actually on this Unified Work series. Both have been previously guests. So go back to season 1 of this Unified Work series to hear from Karen and Matt and how from the Special Olympics perspective of the early days of our SOSA Ambassador program. Then it moved and that self-assessment, I really loved it. I only got through the first few pages of it. I didn't get a chance to finish it. So hopefully I need to the next week or so need to try to finish that. But also doing some of the breakout sessions, all the SOSA ambassadors mapped out our personal development goals, and then ended the day with closing remarks to recap everything that we learned and to inspire our continued engagement as we return to our home hubs, our home bases. One of the Houston supervisors said that she thinks that it is a great opportunity for the world to see how much potential these individuals are sometimes underappreciated or considered challenged to show the world what they can do. She said she's so proud to be part of this opportunity and showing the world that we all have. We are different. We all have challenges, but we can make the world a better place together. Also, Customer Service Performance Execution and Strategy Director Vaughn Doherty said that we are incredibly proud of the enthusiasm and character shown by our SOSA athletes at this year's summit. The dedication to enhancing our customer service shines through exemplifying our teamwork and inclusiveness at United. We look forward to bring the SOSA program to, can I say that? Drum roll. LAX, San Francisco later this year, and soon Newark, as we can, you know what? To LAX and San Francisco later this year, and soon EWR as we continue to improve travel experiences together. Again, I may have dropped the ball. I mean, I may have broken some news there. We'll see who actually listens to this episode to see if yeah. We'll see who actually listens. Okay. I'm sure many of you will. Hopefully I didn't get in trouble for spilling the beans. Okay. In October, the SOSA program, the SOSA Ambassador program, will turn 5 years old, and United is excited for the future. I want to kind of end with one final quote here from my old manager. Steve Smrokowski is the United Airlines Customer Strategy and Innovation Manager. And Steve said, from hosting our first ever job shadow back in 2018 and seeing how far we have come, with now 18 Service Ambassador colleagues, we are teaching these individuals how to be independent in the world. This truly shows we are just doing the right thing at United. I'd like to encourage you all to stay tuned for more updates later this year. We'll hopefully on this Unified Work series and this podcast, the Special Chronicles podcast and our Unified Work series, we will hopefully update you on this podcast with more information about as we share more conversations about inclusive employment, which that is the focus of the Unified Work series right here on the Special Chronicles podcast. We'll take one final break and get to some social media plugs at the end of the program. To let you know that support for Special Chronicles comes from United Airlines Bridge Disability Business Resource Group, connecting people of all abilities. Learn more on United's commitment to disability inclusion for employment and travel at specialchronicles.com/United. That's specialchronicles.com/United. And we're going to end that. And let me just head back to other clips here. There. Okay. As I mentioned earlier on this episode, you can tune into a playlist and hear a collection of conversations with United's SOSAs from Chicago, Denver, and Houston. Coming soon, the Washington Dallas SOSAs. But that link to that playlist will be in the show notes. So just click on that link if you want to hear. It will be in the description below. Well, we'll listen. Just go to specialchronicles.com. Look for episode 580. Also, you can follow and listen to our Unified at Work series and hear more conversations about inclusive employment. Just go to specialchronicles.com, click on listen, then click on Unified at Work. You can also check out United Airlines social story to help prepare you for travel. That link to that social story is in the show notes. Also, you can book your travel today on united.com or on the award-winning United mobile app, one of the best airline travel apps. I am not just paid to say that, but I would even if I wasn't. So go download United's mobile app. A little more on United's commitment to disability inclusion for employment and travel, specialchronicles.com/United. Also, just some final thoughts I would like to share. I hope you guys all have enjoyed this recap that I gave. Again, if you're watching the video, you'll see I'm wearing this Camp Being United. Where is it? There we go. Camp #Being United t-shirt. That was from a social media workshop for content creators of United employees. So anyways, that is the t-shirt that I'm sporting today on this episode of the pod. And if you do not know what I'm wearing, if you're listening to the audio podcast, you're missing out. Because did you know that you can also watch this episode YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn? Mostly all on YouTube. Well, okay, mostly every week on YouTube and Facebook, and occasionally on LinkedIn. So, but if we make these shorter episodes, then they will all be YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. But also, you can listen on specialchronicles.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts. You know the drill. A few final plugs. Again, this is going to be a shorter episode, but you can shop our Special Chronicles merchandise store and know that 60% of the profits will go to support Special Chronicles. Our Special Chronicles merch store is managed by Outshine Labels. We have t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, candles. You can visit specialchronicles.com/shop. That's specialchronicles.com/shop to shop our merchandise store today. And if you do, please tag Special Chronicles and Outshine Labels on Instagram so we can see your pictures. And yeah, because that will help to let more people come shop our merch store. Keep following the Special Chronicles podcast, so tap that follow button wherever you are listening. If you're listening on specialchronicles.com, You can subscribe by email, but if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, wherever, go tap that follow button right there. I'll wait, and go tap that button. As new episodes drop weekly, this week I'm recording this on a holiday, so this will be getting to you a little late than the usual time in the morning. So you're going to get this week's episode in the afternoon, but that's because it's a holiday weekend. And I was trying to take some time off from work, and I was able to do that. And so don't miss our original content that help you make impactful and inclusive connections in your life through to help you make impactful and inclusive connections in your life through our podcast. I forgot to mention what inclusion means to me, and I'm gonna in doing that, I'm gonna quote a couple people from the SOSA Summit. So let's go ahead and roll that bumper.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising, peaceful protesters
in a rebellion against anyone
who has a fear of difference.
Our demands are
Equality,
dignity,
and the recognition of our
shared humanity. We will not stop or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
more divided than ever.
And coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution.
Is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
Ever since I attended the 2019 Special Olympics World Games in Abu Dhabi, I've been asking all of our guests one final question. Because this is a solo episode, I'm going to ask myself. But also, inclusion and inclusion revolution is a big message in our Special Olympics movement. Inclusion is important at United Airlines as well as here at Special Chronicles. And so I am going to quote a couple other people from the SOSA Summit, and that is I'm going to quote Helene from our Denver hub saying how to live true inclusion at work is the health of our Service Ambassador program. And also, Jana said that true inclusion means that to never underestimate anyone. That I am quoting these colleagues at United Airlines, because I think that this also is the Ambassador program. This is what inclusion means to me. This is what true inclusive employment means. This is what inclusion at work means to me. And is this SOSA Ambassador program. Remember, you can visit our website, specialchronicles.com. That's specialchronicles.com. Please go click give to donate today. You can, pretty soon you'll be able to access our Plus Behind the Scenes podcast. And you can subscribe to our newsletter. You can also stream our archives of over 750 episodes absolutely for free. And follow Special Chronicles on social media, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Have a great week. I'll catch you next week in June. I just want to let you all know, in June, we're going to have rebroadcast episodes in June, just so I could take some time off, and also pre-record an exciting series that will be coming in July that I'm so excited about. Well, it's really a mini series. I'm so excited about this mini series. It's some people that I met back in October, and that's all I'm going to say. I am not going to let the cat out of the bag of this series, because it is it has to do with a global event, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay, with that, I've said enough. I hope you all have a great week. I hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend, and I'll catch you next week as we have a series of rebroadcasted episodes this month of June. And so until then, have a great week. And until then, remember, choose to include, and disabled voices matter. Catch you next week right here on specialchronicles.com.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Special Chronicles podcast. Our podcast was produced by Daniel Smrokowski on the Special Chronicles Network. Follow Special Chronicles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Subscribe, rate, and review Special Chronicles on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our website, specialchronicles.com, where you can stream our archives of over 500 episodes for absolutely for free. Also, there's a list of our favorites, original series, award-winning columns, and blogs. And sign up for our newsletter to receive exclusive bonus content delivered to your inbox. Again, specialchronicles.com. Special Chronicles is hosted by Podbean Podcast Hosting. Our live streams are powered by StreamYard. Thanks, as always, to our business manager, Adam Smrokowski, who always encourages us to never give up. I'm Daniel Smrokowski, back next week with more stories.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.